Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News on Mid-Missouri CW starts now.
I don't know. We're grabbing at straws here because we really can't believe this happened to us.
Tonight, the founder of a future Mid-Missouri Veterans Retreat is leaning on the media to solve several burglaries. The thieves hit a future wilderness retreat for veterans and cancer patients near Herman. Good evening, I'm Alex Arger.
And I'm Jim Rake. Thanks for joining us. The burglars have set back the project. KOMU 8 Savannah Rudisell talked to the owner about where he plans to go from here.
The owners call it a warrior's retreat, helping people find peace after either battling cancer or protecting our country. But before they can do that, they need to protect their property from thieves. There's an extra cloud hanging over John Grady's head today.
We're grabbing at straws here because we really can't believe this happened to us.
Thieves took as much as they could from John and Karen Grady's property. It's the future home of a veterans and cancer patient retreat.
So less than 60 days, 4 massive times, almost $40,000 or a little bit over $40,000 worth of stuff they've taken.
In just 2 months, the burglars took construction equipment, camping gear, and most recently, a trailer from the clearing off Highway 50.
We put up game cameras so we could catch the thieves that might come back, and they stole the game camera. And so it's like, what can we do? It's like,
as veterans themselves, this was more than just a business project for the Gradys.
This is our dream, our life. I put a lot of my 401k money into just buying this stuff. This is our passion. This is me and my wife. We sat around, we were talking about how well we bought it originally for us, and we said, we got to share this.
They want to share the solace they found through the storms of their own lives.
My wife had skin cancer, had to have a couple of surgeries to have it removed. And then my son had brain tumors he was diagnosed with in 2008.
This is a new fight.
The thing is yeah, I might have paid for everything, but they didn't steal it from me. They stole it from veterans and cancer patients, and I don't know how low you can be to do that.
They fought for our country. Now they're battling bad luck.
We're mad. We're upset. But we're looking at it as, all right, you tried. You tried to stop us. We're not stopping.
Not stopping, looking for a silver lining on a cloudy day. Grady says he wants any help he can get to help find his trailer. It was stolen sometime on Sunday night. Now, if you know where it may be, you should call the Gasconade County Sheriff. In the studio, Savannah Rudisell, KOMU 8 News.
Today, MU released its final report about changes to Greek life. The recommendations cover hazing, prevention, living situations, and social events with alcohol. KOMU 8's Emma Claybrook joins us here in the studio to tell us what is and isn't changing.
This process that ended today started 2 years ago. In the fall of 2017, an external consulting agency suggested MU should not let freshmen live in fraternity houses. The agency said it creates a problematic environment for freshman students and that they would be better off living in residence halls. But MU disagreed. MU is one of only a few universities across the country that allows freshmen to live in a fraternity house their first semester. The Dean of Student Affairs says living in a chapter helps rather than hurts.
When a freshman moves into a fraternity house that has a lot of senior leadership, more sophomores or juniors, there's an opportunity for that student to be very successful during their first semester. And we often see that that's reflected in grades.
In order to live in a house, the freshman and the chapter as a whole would have to have a GPA of 3.0 or higher. One parent says fraternity houses aren't as they seem in the movies. Another says a student's grades could be impacted by living with their fraternity brothers.
Animal house is not something that you want your kids in, but I don't think that that's real life. I don't think that it happens that way.
I do know, like, if they were to have them, just for example, okay, you can't go to sleep until you clean all of this area or do all of this thing or do something like that, that can also impact their ability to earn the grades that they're looking to earn.
The Dean of Students says MU has already made some changes, like an expanded Greek ambassador program to promote diversity and inclusion and better new member education programs. He expects all of the recommendations to be fully enforced by 2021. To see the full report, visit our website at KOMU.com.
Today was definitely warm and rainy. Most of us saw over a half an inch of rain. With those temperatures, we're looking at about 50 degrees currently, but our temperatures earlier were sticking mainly around the mid-50s. Overnight tonight, we expect these temperatures to continue to stay around 50 degrees, dipping mainly down not lower than 45 degrees overnight. And with that rainfall we did see, we are still seeing some cloud cover hanging out in the area, but with that, that is going to continue to move out of the way before we are tracking another system for the weekend. We will be looking at those coming up later.
Lucy, thank you very much. Testing is underway on the Mexico pipeline that exploded last month in Audrain County. There's the video. The testing determines if pipe repairs held or if there are areas that need extra attention. The company Energy Transfer wants to learn which locations of pipe need to be replaced.
Senator Josh Hawley has introduced a bill that puts new requirements on duck boat operators. This comes after 17 people were killed when a duck boat sank on Table Rock Lake last summer. Though it's in its first stage, Hawley says passing the bill is vital for safety.
It's a very simple choice. This is how we need to move forward to keep folks safe who are enjoying these rides. And again, if a duck boat operator can't meet these standards, they don't get to operate.
Hawley's bill authorizes recommendations from the National Transportation Safety Board. Those are removing canopies that can trap people, requiring passengers to wear flotation devices, requiring operators to check their boat before each ride, and requiring operators to check the weather before starting the trip. Periodically, while on the trip, they should check the weather as well. Hawley's plan builds on a similar bill by former Senator Claire McCaskill.
Missourians are working to prevent gun-related suicides. The training is happening where you wouldn't expect. The Safer Homes Collaborative is an effort between the gun-owning community and the suicide prevention community. It's teaming up with gun shops to offer classes about gun safety and suicide prevention. The classes bring Missourians together for tough questions and emotional answers. A group member says the effort is not politically motivated.
It's not anti-Second Amendment by any means. It's about helping somebody that's in distress. Whether they be a loved one, an acquaintance, or a total stranger, we can give you the tools to get that person help.
The class is free and everyone is welcome. Tonight's presenter says gun shop owners are eager to teach Missourians about safety.
The president is signaling progress on a trade deal with China. Where he says negotiations stand, coming up.
Plus new details in a North Dakota quadruple killing.
Temperatures are warming up into the weekend. We're going to be well above average. We'll be tracking just how warm we're going to be coming up.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
You plan for everything in life, except the only thing that's for certain. Is it time for a frank discussion with your loved ones about final arrangements? It pays to discuss the details and the price when your family's not under stress. At Bach-Yeager Funeral Chapel, we're not big and corporate. You'll deal directly with our owners. Whether it's a traditional service or a simple cremation, count on Bach-Yeager Funeral Chapel in Columbia, Carr Yeager Funeral Home in Fayette, and Marklin Yeager Funeral Home in New Franklin for personalized service with dignity, care, and respect.
Peripheral artery disease was starving the blood flow to Julie's foot. Other facilities said that she'd probably wind up with a leg amputation. But the doctors and nurses at Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center wouldn't give up. They're working to save her leg and her quality of life with hyperbaric oxygen.
A sore that won't heal may require expert wound care. Contact Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center.
Thanks to Boone Hospital Wound Center, she's walking on the leg today.
Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center.
Carpet Values in Kingdom City, the Midwest's largest Mill Direct wholesale flooring superstore, is throwing a giant store-wide inventory reduction sale. Save now on solid and engineered hardwood, waterproof luxury vinyl and plank, laminate, tile, plus a huge selection of area rugs, all at 100% first quality and backed by name brand manufacturers such as Mannington, Mohawk, and Shaw. Take it home today or have us install it for you. Just bring in your measurements. Carpet Values in Kingdom City. Huge inventory, low prices.
Missouri Contemporary Ballet and Columbia Chorale joined forces to bring you Carl Orff's Carmina Burana. This famous work engages all aspects of a full theatrical production, combining music, words, and movement that will leave a thrilling effect on all audience members. This performance will not only include the dancers of MCB, but also more than 100 singers placed throughout the Missouri Theater from the Columbia Chorale and Columbia Youth Choirs. University Concert Series is presented by KOMU8 and these fine sponsors.
We brought together outstanding customer favorites at Slumberland, priced so low, they won't last for long. You're going to save all over the store. So many to choose from, like this crazy comfortable La-Z-Boy recliner for just $2.99. All-time favorites at great prices, while they last. Find your new favorite piece for less, but hurry in. Slumberland, it's a good life.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Join KOMU8
and University Subaru
for the Tiger Quarterback Club's annual Black and Gold Golf Tournament, April 12th at the Columbia Country Club. Register now at tigerqbclub.com.
President Trump says the U.S. and China are close to making a trade deal.
The president met with China's top trade negotiator this evening. The U.S. and China are trying to end the standoff that's disrupted financial markets and put a negative outlook on the world economy.
Well, if we have a deal, there'll be a summit. I would say we'll know over the next 4 weeks, but I think that's correct, Bob, wouldn't you say? And I look forward to seeing President Xi. It'll be here. And if we have a deal, then we're going to have a summit. If we don't have a deal, we're not going to have a summit. But there's a very good chance that we'll have the summit.
Tonight, the president also said he does not think he will ever have to close the border with Mexico.
The fight between Jussie Smollett and Chicago takes a new turn.
The threat city officials gave today coming up.
That rain we saw this morning is tracking out of the area. We are looking at another possibility for rain for this week, and we will be tracking that coming up.
Hey Columbia, it's time for some spring cleaning. Join KOMU8 for Clean Up Columbia on Saturday, April 13th. Every year, more than 1,500 volunteers come together with their neighbors, coworkers, and friends to clean up Columbia's streets, streams, parks, and trails. Volunteers are of all ages and abilities, and you can request to work in a specific area of town. Let's work together to make our city a more beautiful place. Then after, join us for lunch at Twin Lakes Park. Register for Clean Up Columbia at como.gov.
Look for the green tags and save at Baumgartner's Green Tag Sale in Avaz and Columbia.
If you've been injured in an accident anywhere in Missouri, call Tolbert Beetle on the Hurt Line right now.
Athletes 50 and older fight for the gold medal in more than 20 sports at the 25th Annual Missouri State Senior Games, June 6th through the 9th in Columbia. For more information and to register, visit moseniorgames.org.
The KOMU8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by University Subaru. Download yours today. KOMU8 is looking for organizations that regularly distribute information about employment opportunities to job applicants. If your organization would like to receive information about jobs at our station, please contact the KOMU8 Business Office in Columbia. KOMU8 is an equal opportunity employer and encourages minorities and females to apply.
Save the tax. At FFO Home, it's the perfect time for that new sofa, sectional, or mattress. You'll love the amazing selection, and we'll discount your sales tax. Power recliners, $298. Serta Queen Pillow Top mattresses, just $198. You won't find a better value on home accents from $5. Nobody beats our everyday low prices. And when you save the tax, it's an even sweeter deal. Power reclining sofa or love seat, only $1098. Designer Queen bedroom set, just $845. Come in now and save the tax at FFO Home.
The Australian man accused of carrying out mass shootings at New Zealand mosques appeared in court today. Prosecutors formally charged him with 50 counts of murder and 39 counts of attempted murder. Families in the courtroom cried quietly as the man appeared on screen. He's accused of attacking Muslim worshippers in Christchurch last month.
A stunning result from DNA tests in the case of a man who claimed to be an Illinois boy who had been missing for nearly 8 years.
As NBC's Wendy Wolflick reports, investigators call it a painful hoax.
That subject is not, in fact, Timothy Pitson.
DNA results dashing the hopes of the family of an Illinois kindergartner who vanished almost 8 years ago.
It's devastating.
Yeah.
It's like reliving that day all over again.
Their nightmare began in May of 2011 when Timothy's mother took him on a road trip, committed suicide, and left behind a cryptic note saying the child was safe but could never be found. Then Wednesday, a person claiming to be the now missing teenager made his way to police in Kentucky.
This appears to be either a hoax or some person that's obviously lying about who he was.
23-year-old Brian Rennie told investigators he had escaped from an Ohio hotel after being held against his will for years.
I feel so sorry for the young man who's obviously had a horrible time and felt the need to say he was someone else.
Investigators believe renewed interest in the case could lead to Tim's real location.
We know that you are out there somewhere, Tim, and we will never stop looking for you, praying for you, and loving you.
Back to hope and prayers for an end to this family's painful mystery. Wendy Woolfolk, NBC News, Chicago.
Investigators say Rennie is in police custody but not under arrest. He was released from prison on supervised parole last month for burglary and vandalism charges. Here's what's happening right now. North Dakota police have arrested a man in connection to a quadruple homicide earlier this week. Officers say 44-year-old Chad Isaac is charged with 4 counts of murder. Police made the announcement at a news conference moments ago. The bodies of a business owner and 3 employees were found Monday just outside of Bismarck. Police have not said how they were killed.
The city of Chicago says it's preparing a lawsuit against Empire actor Jussie Smollett. The city says he owes $130,000 that was due today. That's to pay for the investigation into what authorities say ended up being a staged attack on himself. The city says it will file the suit soon.
Welcome back. We are looking at a time lapse currently of Jefferson City over the course of today. A lot of rainfall over the course of today. We saw about a ½ inch of rain for most of us in mid-Missouri. Temperatures stayed in the mid-50s throughout the whole day, which is what we're continuing to see overnight as current temperatures are around 50 degrees. Tomorrow, though, we're warming up about 10 degrees, looking around 64 degrees, before we really warm up into the weekend where we have temperatures well above average, sitting around 73 degrees for much of the weekend. We do have that chance of rain for Sunday, but currently those temperatures are going to hold on to around 50 degrees overnight. We do have calm winds currently out of the north at around 6 miles per hour here in Columbia. Those winds are of the north, but are going to be shifting as we move into the weekend out of the south, which will be bringing in that warmer air. With these mild winds, though, we are going to see a lot of fog possible for tomorrow morning. With all that moisture from that rain today and the cloud cover that we're going to see overnight, we have the possibility for this dense fog with 0 miles of visibility in the morning. As we move throughout the day, though, that will break up as our winds will pick up, and as you can see, they switch to be out of the south again, which is going to pull in that warmer air, which is what we will be seeing into the rest of the weekend. Those winds are due to this high pressure that is currently hanging out over much of the Midwest, and that will be what is going to clear skies up for us into tomorrow. If you look over to the east there, where we do have that low pressure system that is going to be moving into the area, and that will be our rainmaker for your Sunday and the beginning of next week. Currently, though, we do see that rain that we have been seeing all day making its way out of the area, with cloud cover continuing to stick around as that moisture is still hanging out in mid-Missouri. Again, that cloud cover is going to stick around overnight into tomorrow morning, and that cloud cover is going to help our temperatures stay a bit on the warmer side overnight. We won't cool off too much because of that. Out the door tomorrow morning, skies are going to clear out throughout the remainder of the day as high pressure continues to build in and stick around for your Saturday. Waking up Saturday morning, just a few patches of clouds moving in throughout the day. Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, we're going to be seeing these first bands of rain move into the area. And then throughout Sunday, we're going to continue to see that rain build in. With this, we do have a possibility for thunderstorms. Nothing severe currently, but we will be tracking that as we get closer to this system. With this, we are expecting to see a quarter to a ½ inch of rain for those of us in the mid-Missouri area. This rainfall, again, could be affecting the rivers and with the flooding that we have been seeing currently, and we will be keeping you up to date with that. Tonight, though, temperatures are around 46 degrees currently as that rain is continuing to make its way out of the area. Fog is an issue that we will be talking about for tomorrow morning, but temperatures tomorrow looking to be around 64 degrees. And those skies are going to clear up throughout the remainder of the day, with our winds moving to be out of the southeast, which is what's really going to be bringing in those warmer temperatures. Over the next couple of days, temperatures are going to be well above average, around 73 degrees for your Saturday and Sunday, with again that chance of thunderstorms for Sunday moving into the beginning of next week. We see temperatures continuing to stay well above average, sitting around mid-70 degrees for the remainder of the week, before we are seeing another system move through Wednesday and Thursday, which will have the possibility of rainfall and precipitation with those systems.
President Trump is recommending Herman Cain for a seat on the Federal Reserve Board. He dropped his bid for the 2012 Republican presidential nomination amid sexual harassment allegations. The president calls Cain a, quote, terrific person. From 1992 to 1996, Cain served as director of the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City. The St. Louis Blues have won the last 5 home games.
And that streak probably won't be ending tonight. We've got highlights next in sports.
Woodman Engineering has been family-owned for nearly 90 years, servicing, repairing, and installing air conditioners in Jefferson City and the surrounding areas with reliable 24-hour emergency service and fair pricing. They specialize in residential and light commercial. Your home's comfort keeper. Woodman Engineering.
Quit throwing money away. Save money instead. Bring your own phone to U.S. Cellular. We'll pay off your contract, plus give you an extra $150 to switch. It's time to stop wasting money. You heard right. Keep your phone when you switch to U.S. Cellular. We'll pay off your contract plus give you an extra $150.
Get back to the roots of Christianity. You're invited every Saturday to Yahweh's Restoration Ministry near Jefferson City and Holt Summit. We have Bible study, kids classes, praise music, inspirational Torah-based sermons, food, and more. For directions, call 896-1000 or go to yrm.org.
Hi, Louis Black here, and I just wanted to let you know that on May 6th, my pals and I will be returning to the Missouri Theater in Columbia to do a benefit for the Thompson Center there. We're really excited about it, and we hope you can join us.
Woodman Engineering has been family-owned for nearly 90 years, servicing, repairing, and installing air conditioners in Jefferson City and the surrounding areas with reliable 24-hour emergency service and fair pricing. They specialize in residential and light commercial. Your home's comfort keeper. Woodman Engineering.
KOMU8 News is on Amazon Alexa. Go to the Alexa app and enable the KOMU8 skill for local news and weather coverage you can count on. Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Hi, everyone. The Missouri football team is busy preparing for the annual spring game on Saturday, April 13th. The black and gold game at Furrow Field will start at 3 o'clock. Spring showers moved the Tigers indoors today. MU President Moon Choi stopped by to watch spring ball. Just one more week of spring practice remains. One of the big stories this offseason is quarterback Kelly Bryant, but another transfer, wide receiver Jonathan Ants from Arkansas, is taking first-team reps on offense. How is he fitting in?
He had his best day today, just without looking at the video, but I thought he had his best day. He is a mature competitor like Kelly is. He's been in some real games, and so I'm sure glad he's here. He's going to help us in the fall, and he continues to move forward and understand what we need out of the position he's playing. I'm proud of him.
It's been smooth. I look at my teammates like my family, especially the receivers, because that's who I'm with most of the time, and Kelly. So I just feel like it's a great environment, and I made a smooth transition to get here.
Nance led Arkansas in receiving with 539 yards back in 2017. The Royals started their season 2-0, but they've run into trouble lately, losing 3 in a row, heading into Detroit for the Tigers home opener this afternoon at Comerica Park. Cool and windy. Jorge Soler sends one to right, then Nick Castellanos struggles to pick the ball up. That allows Alex Gordon to score all the way from first base. Royals on top 1-0. Detroit took a 2-1 lead, then back come Soler and the Royals. Base hit into center. That scores a run. Whit Merrifield's in. Merrifield, by the way, extended his hitting streak to 26 games, 4 shy of the Royals' record. 3-2 the score in favor of KC. Then Nico Goodrum gets a shot into right to tie the game at 3. Royals bullpen blew it again. They had 2 more innings of work, 2 more runs allowed. They've allowed 16 runs in 19 innings. 5-3, Detroit had the lead for good. Alex Gordon did homer for the second game in a row, but the solo shot late, not enough. Detroit defeats the Royals 5-4. The Blues are skating on home ice against the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. The Blues have been hot lately, winning their last 5 home games, and there's Craig Berube, who played for the Flyers years ago. And his team really put it to Philadelphia early. This was remarkable. Look at the passing there. It's a goal out in front for St. Louis. Ivan Barbashev scores. Then on the power play, Ryan O'Reilly off the nice feed from David Perron, 2-0. Less than 6 minutes in, the Blues had a third goal. Alexander Steen scores to make it 3-0. Flyers got on the board 3-1, but the Blues scored a fourth goal in the first 7 minutes. Patrick Maroon, the St. Louisan, scores, and the Blues are thumping the Flyers 6-3 in the third period. They continue to dominate at home. Capital City High in Jefferson City will open this fall and continues to fill its coaching roster. The head boys basketball coach of the Cavaliers will be Darren Young, currently boys coach at Central High School and athletic director for the Central Academy of Excellence in Kansas City. And Trevor Hibbs will be the baseball coach at Capital City. He has 20 years plus high school coaching experience, most recently as head softball coach at Warrenton. Coming up at 10 on Channel 8, we'll show you Missouri's Sophie Cunningham in the three-point shooting championship up at Minneapolis, site of the men's Final Four. That's sports.
Family Health Center, primary and preventative health care for the whole family, including dental care.
The providers there are on the cutting edge of the newest things out.
Think of us first when you get sick or if you have a toothache. Also for cleanings and annual checkups.
The collaboration we have allows us to treat their mouth, their mind, and their body.
Including these important services. Family Health Center with 3 convenient Columbia locations. Family Health Center, health and care within reach.
We brought together outstanding customer favorites at Slumberland, priced so low, they won't last for long. You're going to save all over the store. So many to choose from, like this crazy comfortable La-Z-Boy recliner for just $2.99. All-time favorites at great prices, while they last. Find your new favorite piece for less, but hurry in. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Coming up on KOMU 8 News at 10 o'clock, the Pope made a groundbreaking appointment today.
We'll introduce you to the newest Archbishop and tell you how he's making history. See you at 10.
Temperatures tomorrow are looking a lot warmer than those we were feeling today. We are going to be waking up to some fog out there throughout the day, but that will be breaking up as we move into the afternoon hours. Cloud cover will be sticking around into the evening as we have temperatures warm up to around 64 degrees.
Mizzou's playing the black and gold game this weekend, Chris.
Yeah, next weekend. Coming up.
It's
a week
next
from Saturday,
weekend?
April 13th.
Oh, I thought it was this Saturday.
Oh, April 13th.
Okay.
You know, if you'd listened during sports, I just mentioned it a few moments ago.
Oh, listen.
I know you're busy. You're getting ready for your next news story, I'm sure.
That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us. You're right.
On air, online, on Facebook.